Hi everyone, in this video I will solve prime Fibonacci problem from Mockvita 1. Without getting late, let's get started. The question is prime Fibonacci. You are given two numbers n1 and n2. You need to find out the list of primes between n1 and n2. Let's say the list is first list. You need to find out the primes between n1 and n2. And then you need to form a second list with the first list by making combinations to form new numbers. We will see a simple example to understand what type of combinations that we need to make. Let's say n1 and n2 are 2 and 6. You need to form first list like this. Primes between 2 and 6. 2, 3 and 5 are the primes. This is the first list. Use this list and apply different combinations to form new numbers. The new combinations are 23, 25, 32, 35 and 52, 53. And in this list also, you don't need all the numbers. You just need prime numbers. 23 is a prime number and 53 is a prime number and remaining all are not prime numbers. So you can just ignore them. This is the second list. Here there are two numbers, right? 23 and 53. So the minimum number is 23 and the maximum number is 53. So use these two numbers, the minimum and maximum, to form a Fibonacci series, and you need to find out the nth element of the Fibonacci series, where n is length of the second list. Here there are only two numbers, right? So the minimum number is 23 and max number is 53 and n is equal to the length of the list, which is 2, right? So you need to find out the second Fibonacci number from this list. So the second Fibonacci number is 53, right? Which is the answer. So in this way, you need to solve this problem. N1 will be greater than 2 and N2 will be less than 100. And both the difference, N2 minus N1, will always be greater than 35. These are the constraints that are given in the question. So it is very easy to solve if you know a little bit of idea about how to find out a prime number, how to make combinations within a list, and how to generate a Fibonacci series. If you know these three things, you can solve this problem very easily. So without getting late, let's start coding. So the solution is right here. I have written the code before I start recording. I will explain each and every step in the code. So here the first few steps are declare a variable length of first and length of second, or the length of the list first and second. And next I declared two variables to store the first list and second list, named as first prime list and second prime list. Take the input n1 and n2. Then after, start iterating from n1 to n2 and find out how many prime numbers are present and add each prime number to the first prime list. So if prime of I, prime function will check whether I is a prime number or not. If that is prime, the value of I will be appended to the first prime list and length of first will be incremented by 1. I am not using length function to find out the length of the list finally, but I will make increment plus 1 whenever I add an element to the list, so that I can get length value of that list. So let's analyze the prime function. So the prime function is like this. It takes a parameter n for I in range of 2 to square root of n plus 1. If the number is not a prime, then there will exist a factor between 2 and square root of n. So if n modulus I is equals to 0, then we will break the for loop and this else will not execute and return false will be executed. If for is executed properly, then else will execute. Whenever the for loop is executed properly, which means there is no break statement encountered by the number and the number is a prime, so else statement will execute and returns true. Otherwise, if break is happen, then false will be returned. Many of you don't know this technique and use a variable c is equals to 0 and every time you increment the c value with 1 and you will check whether c is equal to 0, you will return true, otherwise you will return false. And that flag is definitely not required when you're using Python, because in Python you have a flexibility like for else statement and you can use that very efficiently. So in this way you can find out first list. So the next process is use this list and make combinations within the list and find out new numbers. For I in range of length of first, you are iterating from starting to ending, and next again you are iterating from starting to ending. In the example I have explained that 2, 3, 5 numbers, right? You cannot combine 2 and 2 because you don't have 2 copies of 2, right? Whenever I is not equals to j, then only inside statements should be executed. That is the reason why I used I not equals to j. And here there is a statement like val is equal to int of and string of first prime list of I and first prime list, which is simple. I am taking the ith value from the first prime list and jth value from the first prime list and concatenating both the values using string by converting them to string, and then after concatenating I am converting them from string to integer, so that you are getting like if I is equal to 0, j is equal to 1, 23 is my combination. So your 23 will be converted into integer by using int of function. And next, there are two ways you can do this process. After finding the number, you just directly add that number to the list, and after appending all the values to that list, again iterate a for loop and remove the non-prime numbers from the list, which is a little bit complicated and you are increasing order of length. So you can reduce this by using simply two statements. First thing, prime of val. If that value is prime, then only you will append the value to the list. Otherwise you don't. And you don't need repetitions in the list. There may be a chance that numbers will repeat while making combinations. That is the reason why val not in second prime list. If value is not in the second prime list, then only you will add. Otherwise, you don't add that number. Using these two conditions, you can simply generate second prime list from the first list. And I have taken three variables, f1, f2, f. f1 is minimum of second prime list and f2 is maximum of second prime list and f is 0 initially. So while length of second greater than 2, actually you have two numbers, right? f1 and f2. So you need to find out nth element. So you already have two elements in the list. That is why I have made a condition like length of second greater than 2. When the length of second greater than 2, the loop will execute and print the f value. f is equal to f1 plus f2 and f1, f2 will be swapped by f2 and f. Length of second will be decreased by 1 every time it finds out a new prime Fibonacci number, and finally you will print the f. Try to execute this program. Run prime Fibonacci and the numbers are, let's say, 2 and 40. So this is the answer, and if you want to find out whether this answer is correct or not, you can see right here the input is 2 and 40 and the answer is 13158006689. And you can also check for the second case, right? 30 and 70. 30 and 70. The answer is 2027041. 2027041, which is the answer, which is very simple question. If you like this video, do share with your friends, and if you are new to this channel, consider subscribing.